Are you a U.S. citizen getting married to a foreign national, or perhaps you're considering getting married to a foreign national? Maybe you've gone overseas and you've met somebody and you've fallen in love and now you're considering getting married. Well, basically you have two options. You're foreign national, they're outside of the country. We're not talking about somebody who's inside the country. Of course, we had an update before about how the adjustment of status applications, the interviews are coming back, and you can check out the prior video regarding that. But this is considering people who have someone who's a foreign national and they're outside of the country, they're not inside the country, and now what do? I want to marry them, I want to live with them here in the United States. Well, basically you have two options. One is a spousal visa and the other one is a fiancé visa. For the marriage visa, which is the spousal visa, obviously you have to be married. So if you get married in a country outside of the United States, make sure it's a legal marriage, considered a legal marriage in that country. If it is not, sometimes people make the mistake of thinking some kind of ceremonial marriage is considered a marriage. It is not, okay? So make sure you're checking the requirements for that specific country wherever you're getting married, and make sure whatever you need to do to have it be recognized as a legal marriage in that country, you're doing that. Okay. Another thing, obviously, is that if you have any prior marriages, you need to make sure that you have a final divorce before you get married to this new person, because the immigration will ask for those documents. So make sure you have that. And of course, you need to show that it's a bona fide marriage document. It's a bona fide marriage, which you do through showing bona fide marriage documents. Bona fide marriage documents are commingled documents showing that you've commingled assets. And you have things like joint bank accounts, or maybe you have some kind of joint assets. Maybe you have, if you're lucky enough, you have a house together, or maybe if she's renting or he's renting an apartment abroad, that you have both your names on it. Of course, it requires more creativity. You want to document the relationship, your messages, even phone call logs. I've seen Facebook posts, everything, messages, letters, stuff, everything being thrown into the bucket, because most people who have met a foreign national who's living abroad, they don't have the kind of documents that you may have with somebody who you're living here in the United States with, such as like lease agreements and joint bank accounts, or utility bills in both your names, or memberships and stuff like that. But then obviously you have the option of doing the fiancé visa as well. And the fiancé visa basically is, for what most of you know, like the show 90 Day Fiancé. Basically, you get a visa, the foreign national, gets a visa, they enter the country, and then they get married within 90 days of entering the United States. Now, it is a lot easier because in the sense that you don't have to show it's a bona fide marriage. You just have to show that you have an intent of getting married within 90 days of entering the country. And so obviously, you want to be able to show that you've met each other within the last 2 years as well, from the time of the filing of the petition. You want to obviously make sure that for both of these, either spousal or a fiancé visa, that there's no serious crimes. Now, as far as processing times go, historically, and in the last historically, it was that the fiancé visa was taking a lot faster for the petition to get approved. So a lot of people elected to do the fiancé visa. But in the last few years, basically since COVID, the fiancé visa petition is taking just as long as a spousal petition. So there's no longer really that incentive of, oh, let's just do a fiancé visa because then I can get my loved one into the country and we can be together faster. So let's just do the fiancé visa. A lot of people, this kind of becomes a fact case specific decision for that specific couple. How long have they known each other? Can they show that it's a bona fide marriage? And do they really want to get married, or do they want to have like a little trial period where they have 90 days to see whether they want to get married in the United States, living together? Because of course, when you're on a vacation or something, you meet someone, or you've gone a few times, maybe you don't know, or you're talking long distance, maybe you don't know how it would be like to live with them. So, but some people are very sure, despite only having seen each other a couple times, and that's fine too. They can get married and they can do a marriage visa, and I've done hundreds of those. So, you can get them, and we do get them approved. We just have to get creative with the documents and show that this is a legitimate marriage, not for the purposes of gaining an immigration benefit in the form of a green card, but in fact because you guys have fallen in love and want to have a marriage together. Now, basically, those are the main differences between a spousal visa and a fiancé visa when a U.S. citizen wants to bring a foreign national into the country. If you have any questions, reach out to me at rodarmandelaw.com. You can also check out my information in my bio. Take care, guys.